Hey guys, before we start today, I want you to think about what you already know about the Mexico-US border debate. Think about somebody who is for building a continuous border wall, what their arguments are. Think about someone who's against building a continuous border wall and what their arguments are. Go ahead and think for another 10 more seconds. I used to have a college professor in my political science class who he would talk a lot, and then whenever he would pause to let us write stuff down, he would always go, "I'm going to take a drink of water," and then he would drink his water and he'd go, "Ah," every single time. It kind of got funny after a while. All right, now that you've thought about it, learning target for today, I can describe the history of the Great Wall of China. Your check for success, you're going to use the Great Wall of China as an example to decide whether or not the U.S. should build a border wall. Today's date is May 7th. Here's everything you've done so far this week. Today, focus on the Great Wall of China reflection. Okay, so you're going to post on a discussion board whether or not the U.S. should build a border wall using China and their Great Wall as an example. In order to do that, you're going to need to gather some information. So you're going to be taking notes on a video. Here's how I would structure your notes. I would take them on a separate sheet of paper so that way you can watch and write at the same time. If you want to type them on a Google Doc, that's fine. Just know that these are not going to be graded. I would set up 4 bullet points and leave some space underneath to write. That first bullet point, you're going to write down what the goal of the Great Wall of China was. You don't have to write down the question, just the answer. Second bullet point, who did the physical work of building the wall? Third bullet point, did the Great Wall of China achieve its goal? Yes or no? And then maybe like one example. Pros and cons. So pros of having the border wall and building the border wall, cons of having the border wall and building the border wall. All right, these italicized phrases that you see underneath each bullet point, those are to help you if you're stuck. As you watch the video, your answer for each bullet point will be found around these phrases. So for example, let's say that I am stuck on this very first question. What was the goal of the Great Wall of China? As I watch, I'm going to listen for this phrase. To protect against blah, 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 blah. Your answer will be right around that part. So if I'm stuck on this pros and cons, I can't find any pros and cons, I would listen for something like this. The Great Wall welcomes millions of, and I'm going to have an answer right there. It might also make it easier if you put on your closed captioning, so when you go to your video, if you just hit this CC, you'll be able to listen and look for those visual cues. Okay, once you've finished taking your notes and you've decided whether or not the U.S. should build a border wall, you're going to write your answer down in the discussion post. So you're going to need to say either yes, the U.S. should build a border wall, or no, the U.S. should not build a border wall. And then you're going to have 3 pieces of evidence to support your answer. Those could just be bullet points if you wanted to. Those could be numbered, or you can just write it as one full paragraph. As long as you have 3 pieces of evidence to support your answer, you're good to go. Okay, some expectations for the discussion board. Make sure you're being responsible. Follow the directions. So either yes or no with 3 pieces of evidence. You could have an in-between answer too if you're not quite sure. That's fine. Make sure you're putting forth your best self. Other people will be able to read your discussion post after they've posted, so you might want to make sure that you are making yourself look as smart as possible. All right, make sure you're being respectful. Use respectful language and make sure that you're being respectful to your classmates. This is a very contentious, controversial issue, so you want to make sure that you are not intentionally offending anybody. Okay, so here's what you have to finish today. Just the learning from the past discussion board where you answer the question, should the U.S. build a border wall? If you have any questions, be sure to message or email your teacher. If you'd rather, you can text 304-853-0426. Good luck, guys.